During the time I was covering the S&box Game Jam that just concluded last month, there was over at least 75 submissions, and while there was a bunch of games for me to try and go through on stream when I did live stream it, unfortunately I didn't really have the time to properly check all of them. But I did notice that there was a game that really caught my eye, and since then I haven't heard too much about this game other than seeing from the previews on S&box that it looked pretty intriguing enough to me. Well, of course, this game would be called Project M, which is a 6v6 team shooter with humanoid-like monkeys. Now, the interesting part about this game that caught my eye was the requirement to gather resources in the starting part of the round. These resources you'd find around the map, you could also use to build in certain sections of the map to strategize and create your own bases and defenses to fend off warding enemies. From what exactly are you asking? Well, there's 3 bases, one of each component that can really make or break your progress going against the other team with each round. These bases are your defenses, loadout dispenser, and of course respawner. If you fail to defend and ward off enemies from any one of these bases, then there's a chance that your team will struggle more based on which one of these bases have been destroyed. Gathering resources and building your defenses was really cool to see. The fact that you could try to create a slightly complicated defensive wall if you wanted to is possible. Just don't be surprised when you can't get through it yourself because you wanted to make it complicated in the first place. In terms of weapons and loadouts, there are tons of different weapons to choose from depending on your preferred playstyle. I did mess around with some of these weapons like the minigun, which was super fun to use when I wasn't dying. And it was also very fun to hit some shots off with the sniper rifle when I got the chance to do so. But the weapon selection is pretty good as you can choose between which playstyle you want depending on if you're attacking or defending a base. The gameplay systems are built off of both team effort and strategic execution, which can be pretty fun depending on what role you want to play. If you want to push with your teammates, you can do that. If you want to sit back and defend it as best as you can from warding enemies, you can do that too. Even though the game is in alpha, the gameplay itself was really fun and super rewarding to folks who do have good aim on their side. In terms of the art style with look and feel, the game has a very cool and slightly cartoonish art style that makes the game visually seem very playful and fun. I genuinely like the style of the character you're playing as, including some of the animations that you do when you're crouching on the ground as you also crawl like a monkey too. But from time to time, I've spent building, shooting, dying, and also just having fun with my team when all goes well. It's a really fun time. Did I mention that this game is in alpha? Because if you notice a couple of performance issues here and there, then rest assured that Redwick Studio is aware of this and is actively working on it. But from the presentation to the style of gameplay and how much fun I had playing it, Project M is a wonderful reminder of some really interesting concepts and games that people have been working on and putting out there, both multiplayer and non-multiplayer, that are being uploaded on S&box. And if you do have a chance to and want to try it out possibly for yourself to help improve the game with more bug fixes, definitely feel free to either check out their Discord linked in the description below or hop on S&box if you do have an early access key to mess around and have some fun on the game. But in terms of games, you should definitely check out the recent updates Facepunch has been putting out right here. Thanks for watching.